Welcome, welcome, welcome. How's everybody? What are
Oh,
you doing? You trying to style and profile?
just trying to say, my future's so bright.
Uh-oh, come on, come on. So right off the bat, we are obviously not in our studio, so I hope that you can see us good, hear us good. We've got all kinds of lighting problems.
We got all kinds of
Uh,
problems.
Sound looks like it's
Not just
working,
lighting.
not just like, we got all kinds of problems. But welcome to the big picture.
Yes.
So just give us a thumbs up. Let us know if you can hear us, if you
hmm
can see us, and everything's working good. That's all we want to know because we're going to cover some stuff tonight. So, as you can tell, we are on vacation, and
Yes.
some people think that we're crazy for doing a show.
What?
But hey, this is our family. We go on vacation with family, right?
That's right.
So, this is our family here. So, Sandy, before we get into the news, I mean, have you enjoyed we're just now beginning, so we still got a full week. So, how's it been?
It's, it's already been very refreshing. I've already thoroughly enjoyed being here, relaxing, catching up on my sleep, spending time with family. Good stuff.
Good stuff. Yeah, absolutely. Well, as you know, if well, you may not know this, but I didn't get to go out.
No,
I didn't get to go out of the cave
no.
yesterday. I was locked in the room finishing up my book.
All right, we
My
got here
book.
Saturday,
Yeah,
and that was kind of messy. We
yeah,
got in the room kind of late.
yeah,
Obviously, you didn't get to do anything. We got to experience a little bit of fun that evening,
yeah.
and then all day and all night yesterday on Sunday, you were locked away in the room. And
Finishing up my book
finally, at what time today?
at about 9:15 a.m. this
Mhm.
morning. I submitted it.
Yep.
Yay! I don't have my sound effects here, but yay! The final
Woo!
flood. Think about what we're going to get into tonight. It's very
Yes.
strange that the name
Mhm.
of this book is called The Final Flood,
Exactly.
and we're dealing with all
Oh
kinds
my
of floods
goodness.
all over the world.
Yeah, we don't
Very
need,
tragic.
there's no lightheartedness
No,
about that.
no,
It's the
it's horrible.
irony is it's just a very sensitive situation. I'm sure most of you have been following this terrible story, this horrible tragedy.
Yeah,
But somebody texted us today, oh, the times we live in, and
yeah,
it's true.
yeah,
The
absolutely.
times we are living in.
Okay. Chris is saying, please go 2 hours tonight. Chris, I don't know if we can go 2 hours tonight on vacation.
We'll do what we can.
If we do it, we can. But I did submit the book, and we'll talk more about that towards the end of the
Mhm.
program. So thank you for all your prayers, for
Yes.
all those that have lifted us up, and because it's been because right in the middle of it all, we had a church fire,
Yeah.
and being displaced. All this. Thank you for all the congratulations that are coming back. Yeah, when y'all get back, I'm taking vacation. CJ said, I don't blame you, CJ, because you're
You've
handling.
got you've got one coming, CJ.
Yeah,
You've been a
absolutely,
trooper along with everybody else back in
absolutely.
SRC.
So let's get serious because this is man. I don't even know if I can make it through this because this is one of the most tragic things that we've ever had to cover,
Yes.
and that's one of the reasons we're doing the show tonight is because of the chaos now uh, of my life. I've not been able to do the shows. I've now got
No.
this behind me.
You have not been able to do the
Yeah,
updates, and
I
you missed
wanted.
some of your, maybe a couple of your
Yeah,
regular
yeah,
shows.
and
And we're sorry that we've not addressed this event
absolutely.
to this point. It's
Yeah,
just been, I know we hate to keep saying hectic and chaotic. It was, you know, we packed so rushed
yeah.
on this trip because there were so many things to do up until the last minute that we get down here and there's important things we need on this trip that
That
we just
we
don't have.
that we
So
forgot. But
whatever.
but the bottom line is this, our hearts are breaking for what has
Yes.
happened in Texas
Yes.
and now North Carolina again. And we just said, we owe it to the big picture family to get on here and we're going to pray tonight and we're going to um, we're going to comment on what's going on in the world. So let's just go ahead and go there. And like I said, I'm on my laptop, so if everything doesn't work correctly, just give me grace tonight.
Bear with us. Bear with us.
Let's listen to this. The latest update is 104
Oh,
people.
so it's up four
Yeah,
more.
yeah. So it's at 104 confirmed, and it's just so sad that counselors and campers at Camp Mystic, and of course, so many of them are children. So let's watch this video.
Rescue teams on the Guadalupe River furiously combing through massive mountains of debris. We're in the middle of the river right now, and just behind me, you can see why this search and recovery is so complicated. There are mounds of this mangled steel and tree branches and tree trunks. This team is trying to figure out a way inside to see what, if anything, or anyone is still trapped.
An all-out search for survivors by water, air, and horseback.
All over this area, you see homes and trailers and RVs with this giant orange X. It means they've been searched. We hope whoever lived in here got out, because you can see what the river water did to this, flipping this entire RV over, destroying everything inside.
Volunteer firefighter Wyatt Kelly has been at this for days.
What kind of things have you seen out here?
Unthinkable things. I mean, there's things that no one ever would have thought they've seen in their lifetime.
So many people were in their beds, fast asleep, when the floodwaters began to rapidly rise early on the 4th of July. The catastrophic flooding killing at least 104 people in 6 counties, including Julian Ryan, who was with his mother, kids, and wife Christina in their trailer home as the water began to rise.
My husband started panicking because there was no way for us to get out. There was no way for us to get up. And so he tried to bust out the window and sliced his arm almost off.
Christina says he quickly began to bleed out.
What do you remember? I'm so sorry you had to see your son go through that.
I just remember holding him so he would get swept in the flood. Blood going everywhere. His last words to me was, "Mom, I love you."
Wow.
And you make sure you tell everybody else I love you. Love them.
Tragedy also playing out at Camp Mystic, which says 27 of its campers and counselors are among the dead and missing. Hallie Thompson's 10-year-old daughter somehow managed to escape from her cabin.
My daughter grabbed onto a tree and grabbed the hand of her friend and put it on the tree. And so one by one, those girls came out and found anything they could cling to.
Hallie and 4 other family members were nearby. Their cabin was also surrounded by water. She says their neighbors saved their lives.
It feels wrong or strange to feel how grateful that I am that we're all alive while we are still waiting for word about friends' daughters, and while we have received word of the friends' daughters who've died.
Lila Bonner, Sarah Marsh, Janie Hunt, Eloise Peck, and twins Hannah and Rebecca Lawrence, just some of the young campers whose lives were cut tragically short. Kellyanne Littall is still missing. Her dad posting this video of her solo at a Christmas pageant, asking prayers for a miracle. You can see the flood's devastating toll on the century-old all-girls camp in these images. Look at how high the water came into the cabin. The floodwaters tossing muddy mattresses from bunk beds. This pink trunk with the name L flipped on its side, a stuffed animal left behind. A camp nurse posting this haunting video of some of the little girls singing as they evacuated. The Lord of love has come to me. The 4th of July holiday brought many families to the cabins that dot the river's edge.
We don't know everybody who was here, so we don't know everybody who's missing.
Could be even worse, you're saying?
Yeah, it will be worse. Because we don't know everybody who's missing.
Joe Herring Jr. is the mayor of Kerrville.
Took me completely by surprise. I'm sad to say I didn't know. If there was any way on God's green earth that we could have warned people, we would have done it, but we did not know.
13-year-old Blair Harbor and 11-year-old sister Brooke were there spending the holiday in a cabin with their parents and grandparents. Their bodies were found 15 miles down the river, together. Their school wrote a, quote, powerful symbol of their lasting bond. Their parents survived, but their grandparents are still missing. Amid the heartbreaking loss of life, there are also remarkable stories of survival. After this woman was swept 20 miles down the river, she clung to a tree for hours until rescuers and boats were able to come and save her. In Hunt, Texas, Diana Smith says she woke up to find her house surrounded by water.
Open the front door and it sweeps both my dogs different directions, and I'm panicking thinking, now what the hell am I going to do?
She says she called 911, but no one came.
I said a prayer when I was standing on my porch. Both my parents are deceased, and I said, Mom, Dad, God, help.
She managed to jump into a kayak with her dogs, paddling to safety. 11-year-old Kaylin Kubina was at Camp La Junta, 6 miles from Camp Mystic.
We looked outside and we just saw like an ocean out there. It's just like completely destroying everything.
There's people in it. Oh my God, there's so many people in it.
Yes.
This cabin appeared to float away in the floodwaters. Still, the camp says everyone was able to evacuate to safety.
We saw like whole cabin just floating down, and that's when we knew like things were getting actually real out there. Like we were starting to realize that this was a real natural disaster crisis.
We were with the Alvarado family as the reality set in. Their 2 daughters were in this RV when the river surrounded them. These are the images of what they saw outside of their windows.
We couldn't see through the water, but we could see the currents moving, and it just kept going, like there was no end to it.
Their dad came to their rescue along with a neighbor, pulling the girls to safety. Brooke, the oldest of the 2, looking down at the river and realizing how some girls just like her weren't as lucky.
When you guys heard about all the people that didn't make it, I mean, what was that like? I mean, to know that like you were right here.
It hurt. I'm sorry. It just sucks that a lot of people just lost their lives, but it's really good to hear about the people that are getting out and stuff.
Oh my goodness.
That's the most dramatic video I've seen this event.
Wow.
Yeah.
I feel really glad to have both of y'all here right now.
Growing up in Kerrville, Texas.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know, I hate to go there, but I'm going to go there. People are asking the question, is this, first of all, you know, they call it an act of God. And we know why they call it that, because of nature.
Are they referring to this as a 100-year flood?
You know, I think they've even stopped saying that now.
Oh, really?
They've said 100-year flood so many times that it's lost its power. I haven't heard anybody say that. I've just heard people say it was a sudden rain bomb, whatever. And we're gonna go there in just a minute. We're gonna ask the question that everybody's asking.
Let's back up just a little. Let's talk about events like Lahaina.
Yeah.
Fire.
Right.
The horrible hurricane that came through the very exclusive part on the west coast of Florida 2 or 3 years ago. Let's talk about Hurricane Helene.
Yeah.
Last year.
Yeah.
Let's talk about close to 2 weeks ago, this thing that happened on Lake Tahoe, this crazy storm that came up with 8-foot waves that capsized 1 or more boats.
Yeah.
And people died. And days before or days after that, some crazy wind blows through Las Vegas and knocks over power poles.
Yeah, which is insane. If y'all hadn't seen that, I mean,
that's
it's just
a crazy
just
sight to look at.
Yeah, it's crazy.
All the way up to now, this flood. I mean, not only are we still dealing with the aftermath of this flood, there's flooding in, is it north or south?
North Carolina.
North Carolina. Someone said on here, have we heard about the floods in China? I mean, they're having them almost weekly. So I'm sorry, I don't know the details of this current serious flood in China. But what is going on with this crazy weather?
Yeah. Well, let me show you this. This is a video that was.
Right, Tamara. This was in 1987. They had a very bad flood.
Oh, in the same area?
It's good to see you, Tamara.
The same area?
I believe so.
Okay.
1987.
Yeah, it is good to see you, Tamara. Now, look, this is what's insane. This is somebody standing on this bridge, and I want you to watch this.
How fast the water comes up.
Shocking video how quickly the Texas floodwaters rose over 20 feet in less than 37 minutes. Watch this. So he's just filming this. And watch the water as it comes.
up high over there.
Yeah, he's just standing on the bridge. And look at it. It's almost like a tsunami. It's so fast. It doesn't gradually. It's just like somebody opened up the dam. I'm not saying it did.
Yesterday, the water came up so fast.
I don't know how much they can use this. So we can talk. All right, go ahead.
Okay. That's what I said to you yesterday.
Yeah.
From what I'm seeing and hearing, it's like a dam broke.
Yeah.
And all the water just gushed out at once.
I mean, I want you to watch this. Okay, now you start seeing debris. This is all within a half an hour. This is less than a half an hour right now. The guy's still standing in the same place. All of a sudden, now it's almost at the top of the trees.
Yes.
And now watch this. The trees start falling and going up under the bridge.
Oh, wow.
He's standing on the, remember just a few minutes ago.
The debris took the trees out.
It took the breeze.
It took them under the bridge.
And in just a minute, he has to start walking back and get off the bridge because the water starts coming across the bridge.
This
was 37 minutes.
Right, but this looked like it was close to 20 feet.
Yeah.
From the.
Well, it says 20. It rose over 20 feet in less than 37. Look at this.
Yeah.
No, I've never seen anything rise out of nowhere like that. There's no rain. There's no evidence. You know.
It makes me want to go back to. It hasn't even been a year yet since Hurricane Helene, and just try to imagine.
This reminds me of Helene.
How it
Look at the
happened
bridge.
in Helene.
It's coming over the bridge.
Yes, I've seen not this, but another video where the water came up and then came over the bridge. But
amazing.
So they
just
said
amazing.
12 inches of rain did this.
Supposedly.
Chime in out there in chat if you have questions. Just put question. Just type question mark.
Yeah.
Because I have a lot of questions, and these people that are dealing with this tragedy, I mean, I cannot even imagine what the things that are going through their mind, the things that they are seeing. I was watching one video today, and the publisher of this video was like, "We need dogs. We need dogs to get out here and be able to sniff this out."
Yeah.
Because they're already deep into the recovery.
I know everybody that watches the big picture, you guys are awake like us.
Questions.
Yeah,
all these questions.
All these questions, yeah. And that's what I'm gonna say. Everybody, you guys are like us.
Right.
Our minds just go there.
Yeah,
First of all, we go there because of the tragedy.
Right.
We
First
go there
and
because of the
foremost,
families.
We think of the pain and the tragedy.
The families, yes. But then we think, this is not natural. This is not natural. Now look, I'm not trying to make everything spiritual, and I'm not certainly trying to make this about my book or anything.
Jordan just said, all I can think about are the days of Noah.
Well, yeah, I'm thinking about the days of Noah. I'm thinking about it's called the final flood, and I'm thinking about the Bible says that first it happens in the natural, then it happens in the spiritual. So it's like we're seeing an uptick of natural floods. Is this the precursor of the spiritual demonic flood that's about to come? I think so. But we're going to go there. People are asking about cloud seeding. We're about to go there on the next segment.
So since we're going to go there, then I will just come out and say this. And we don't take this lightly when we talk this way. Why I went back to all of those previous events is they all kind of have a theme for some people. They all have a familiarity or a similarity for some people. And they're saying things like, this doesn't add up. This doesn't make sense.
Right.
This doesn't seem natural. It seems like maybe there's something going on.
Yeah.
And these are the questions we have.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, not long ago, we watched one of Sean Ryan's interviews. I don't know if you've even watched it yet.
I have been meaning to watch it. I've told you 3 times I can't wait to see this video, and I still haven't seen it.
Okay, so I've watched probably 2/3 of it, and this guy right here is on the show.
To remember his name because it's such an interesting
Yeah,
name.
what is it?
Augustus
Dorico. Now, of course, you can always remember how he looks because he got a mean mullet, y'all. I mean, he is back in the 80s.
But yet he wears a
business
suit.
in the front.
Maybe he only wears a suit when he has to testify.
This is a short clip that when he testified against the law in Florida against weather manipulation, and basically it was called against chemtrails.
Yeah.
But he has a company that owns called Rainmaker. He's only 29 years old, and he started this. He's got this proprietary. People's been cloud seeding for years, but he's developed a certain type of cloud seeding. And I want you to hear just a little bit of what he said before Florida, the hearing to try to go against this law.
My name is Augustus DeRico. I'm the CEO and founder of Rainmaker. We're a cloud seeding company that is enhancing precipitation via advanced radar and also drones for the sake of supplementing water supplies for farms, cities, reservoirs, and wildlife throughout the United States. Our ultimate vision is to end water scarcity, and we've begun that mission already. I'm testifying to not oppose the spirit of this bill, which I think is well-founded, but the current configuration of the bill that I think would impede this mission for ending water scarcity, and also for bringing the best-in-class technology to Florida and the rest of the United States. And so the first point that I'd like to make is the difference between solar radiation management and cloud seeding. And so Senator Garcia.
All right, so I want to go back, and we're going to go back to him in just a minute. But so he owns this company called Rainmaker, and he was on Sean Ryan's show well after this clip that's being shown now. This is a short, and I thought it was very interesting that Sean Ryan put this out today.
He did.
He put this out. He put the question. It was like yesterday when he put it out. The question that he asked him, and I remember specifically, he said, "What about, is there any chance that you could make a mistake?" And he basically says, because the technology, and the clip's not long enough for you to watch it. Let me explain it to you real quick. He says what they do is they have this advanced radar, and they look at these clouds. And one of the things he says on the Sean Ryan show, and I encourage everybody to go and watch this interview with the CEO of Rainmaker. I'm sure it's blowing up right now.
So did you see this right here? It says Salt.
DeRico. Yeah.
That he was funded. Did they think they mean $100 million by Peter Thiel?
Yeah. Peter Thiel. Remember, I told you he was in the scholarship program. He's
right.
He's
so
the one that was in there.
Get $100,000.
I mean, it may be $100 million. I don't know, but he was one of the 10. You caused me to lose my train of thought. What was I saying? Do you remember?
I don't know.
Oh my goodness, woman!
But
that woman you gave me, God. Oh yeah. Okay. So all right. So here it is. So he says this is what they do. Is he goes on to explain on Sean Ryan. He says 90% of all the rain in all the clouds never make it to the ground. This is their estimation. 90%. So this technology searches the skies and finds clouds that are full of rain that is not falling. And when they find these clouds, they send these drones up. They go inside the clouds and they disperse this ionized whatever. I forgot what he calls it.
Is it like ice nucleation?
No, he calls it's something else. It's not. I know what you're talking about. Something else.
Okay.
And this molecule causes the rain to attach to it and freeze to it, and then it gives it weight, and then it causes the water to come out. And he said it depending on how cold it is, it will come out as snow or it will come out as rain.
Okay.
And that's how they release some of that 90%. And it's like a deluge. Now think about what I'm saying. Go back and watch this. This is what he says. It's like a deluge that comes down.
Yeah.
And it's designed to help farmers and different things like this. So Sean Ryan asked the question, is there any chance that you may miss the target?
Yeah.
And he literally says, I can't remember exactly on this clip if he says it, but he goes, there's always the chance. He goes, and we understand that what that means. And he basically goes on to say, that's why we try to do it in rural areas away from cities. When I saw this, what was the first thing I said to you? I said, I am thinking of that show, that Rainmaker guy, and whether it's him or somebody else, I promise you, I believe this happened.
And I said to you, it's like it was some kind of predictive programming when he was on that show.
Yeah.
And I will liken it to this. So there's going to be a new, what is that movie with the Fabulous Four?
Yeah, Fantastic
Four.
Fantastic Four.
Fantastic Four. Dr. Doom, who was in 1 or 2 of the previous Fantastic Fours, most of you know, is an actor, Julian something. He just passed away. And it's like his death almost went out before the release of this movie as some kind of, I don't know, weird precursor. And this guy being on Sean Ryan before this happened, I'm sorry, that's a weird math to me.
All right, so let's
struggle with things like that.
Let's watch this.
You have to have what are called suspension criteria. California, Texas, and Idaho, they all have.
Who will be held responsible if a mistake occurs that results in harm to human life or property damage? Is it fair to say acts of God would become a thing of the past?
Yes. So there are regulations right now throughout most states in America, particularly in the West, that require any weather modification operators have permits or licenses that are approved by the State Department of Natural Resources, the Department of Agriculture, Departments of Water Resources. And in order to get that permit or license, you have to use approved materials, you have to have certified meteorologists on staff, and you also have to have what are called suspension criteria. So if you make it rain or snow more, right, obviously one thing that people would be concerned about is if there were floods or avalanches. And what suspension criteria means is if there's already flood risk because a cloud is already naturally going to precipitate a lot, or if there's burn scars from wildfires that would cause really fast runoff and flooding, or if the soil moisture is already too high for the water to be absorbed into the soil and would cause flooding, or if there's too much snowpack and there's avalanche risk from having any more snow. Even if our customers want more water, we're regulated by the states in which we operate to not continue cloud seeding, to not continue making it rain or snow, to avoid causing any problems like that. And so if we don't adhere to those suspension criteria, then we would be held liable for any damage caused. And I think that's appropriate. And I wish the federal government had regulations that enforce that as well, rather than it just being done on a state-by-state basis. Now, with respect to the last part of that question, would that make acts of God a thing of the past? You can't totally manipulate or modify the weather the way that you could the air conditioning in your house at this point in time. It's a super complicated, super energetic system. We'll trend towards more and more of that as time goes on. So right now, if you were to cause flooding, that wouldn't be considered an act of God. You would have caused it. So Colorado...
Isn't there, and have we not talked about owning the weather by 2025, a military program?
Yeah.
Well, hello.
That was chilling. That was
This is
chilling.
2025.
That was chilling. I mean, he literally openly said, at this time, we can't control the weather like you can control the in your house with the thermostat. But basically saying we're going to be able to flip it on, flip it off, turn it on, turn it off. But he goes on in that interview to say that, yeah, there's the chance that that cloud, we fill that cloud full and it doesn't come down right when we thought it comes down, and the atmosphere changes and moves that cloud. And when he moves that cloud, it falls on a place that it wasn't supposed to fall on. I'm telling you right now, in my gut, I can't prove it. I believe, I'm not blaming this guy, but because there's more companies than just him. But they were saying, listen, they were saying that cloud seeding was going on in Texas for 4 days, and it stopped. And they're saying that it was cloud seeding in that area, but it stopped for a few days, but the ground was already saturated. So
was that enough to do this?
I think it's unnatural. It just seems unnatural. It just seems unnatural.
Thank you, Big Chat, for reminding us of that Lyndon Baines Johnson quote.
Yeah.
He who controls the weather controls the world.
Absolutely.
So true. So I in an article that I was reading today, someone was talking about this area that received the worst part of the floods is considered the big hill country of Texas, and that it's so beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous there. Someone also in chat was saying land grab. Okay. Yeah. Well, if you're like us, your mind does go there. What about that area? Just because it was beautiful, was there a exploitable natural resource? I mean, what if anything like this happened, what was there to cause someone to want to take control of this area?
Yeah.
Because are we truly seeing a repeat of what we've seen? Destruction. People are not able to rebuild. They have to sell the land that they own for pennies on the dollar.
Right.
People come in, they do have a big land grab I don't know. I don't know anything about this area.
Yeah. It just seems, well, here we go. The title, the thumbnail talks about lies.
Right.
It's everywhere you turn, there's lies. And then while this is going on, and by the way, before I move to the next article, I want to say one more thing about Peter Thiel, the founder of PayPal. Of course, he is very instrumental in getting J.D. Vance in his career. He's J.D. Vance's mentor.
Wow.
And he's one of the richest men in the world.
That doesn't make me feel any better.
No, it doesn't. And he has this guy, Rainmaker, he says there's a program where thousands of people apply for grants from him,
right.
and only a handful get them. And he applied and he got it. And Thiel funds his company, helped him start his company. But here's the thing about Peter Thiel. It was also viral this week. A video's going around right now. You can find it very easily of Peter Thiel being interviewed. And he is talking about AI. And of course, he's the owner of what's it called? Palantir? Palantir, which is, y'all, that's next level tracking that's on us. And he has asked the question, do you think it's a good thing for humanity to survive? And the guy laughs when he says it. And Peter Thiel goes like this. He goes, wait a minute, you just hesitated to my question. Is it a good thing that humanity survives? And y'all, he stumbles over his words, and it appears that he believes that it's not a good thing for humanity to survive. And so he's funding these kind of things. So we see
But listen, this is not a first of its kind, like you spoke about. The military already had their own program on the weather.
People are saying ads are popping up like crazy.
What?
Why are commercials happening? I don't know.
We don't know.
I don't know. Are they interrupting us? Do they stop the feed? Tell me if they're stopping the feed, because I never choose commercials to show during a live stream. I don't know. Let me know if do they cover our face? I just saw today, somebody sent me an email today and said that YouTube is starting to put ads on the sides. So I don't know if an ad is on the side or if it covers us up. Please let me know. I want to know, because this is the first I've heard of it. Yes, they do. Yes, they're covering us up. I'm sorry. Okay.
We're so sorry. We did not know that.
We did not know that. Somebody says in the background. Okay, I don't know. Okay. Okay, so they are covering us up. Well, sorry. I'll try to get to the bottom of it. It's AI. AI is trying to stop us from talking to y'all. Okay, I had one 5 seconds ago for a short minute. Wow.
Hang in there with us.
Devil is a liar. Okay. Well, in the middle of all that, speaking of lies, lo and behold, it's okay, everybody. The Department of Justice and the FBI claim Jeffrey Epstein did unalive himself, and there is no evidence that there was ever a client list.
No list.
No evidence.
Go home. Nothing to see here.
Nothing to see here. I feel so good about the fact that Kash Patel, Dan Bongino, that we all had hopes.
No, you should feel better about this, that Pam Bondi said that the list was on her desk and she was going to get to it. Remember that?
Oh yeah, let's play that. Let's play that, because
yeah,
let's see. This camera's killing me.
Mystery here.
Where's it at? Is that it?
Maybe.
There it is. Okay. So yeah. You talking about this? Both of these this is Kash Patel on Joe Rogan's show before he ever became the FBI director. And then this is Pam Bondi. So let's listen to this.
Epstein with... Again, logical play out. If there was a video of some guy or gal committing felonies on an island and I'm in charge, don't you think you'd see it?
Tens of thousands of videos of Epstein with children or child porn. And there are hundreds of victims. And no one victim will ever get released. It's just the volume, and that's what they're going through right now. The FBI is diligently going.
Again.
All right, and then this report here goes on to say, down in here, what you're talking about, okay. Hang on a second, y'all. This is killing me. I was not prepared for this.
We got a crude setup here, so it's a little hard to work with.
Let's see. Oh yeah, this right here is interesting. This video, they released a video today, and 1 minute of the video, stay with me, 1 minute of the video is missing.
not the most important part, surely.
Yeah. So look at here. Watch, you'll see it. 11:58, then it goes to 12:12. Why would you release a video where 1 minute, I don't care when the 1 minute was, of outside the cell of Epstein was edited out? Why would you do that? I don't understand why you do that. And so yeah, there it is. There's what she said. Okay. Says, God help me, Lord, I can't read it. It says the DOJ will be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein. It says Pam Bondi says there's been a directive by President Trump. I'm receiving the JFK files, the MLK files. That's all in the process, and they're all on my desk. So we can't see the article. I don't know what's happening here.
You could.
All right, so
I'm gonna try to read it off mine.
Yeah, just go ahead and read it.
Where do you want me to start?
Just read. I don't know.
The DOJ may be releasing the list of Jeffrey Epstein's clients. Will that really happen? Robert's question. It's sitting on my desk
right now to review. The list that no longer exists. Thank you for that super chat, big chat.
Yes.
So the list that no longer exists was sitting on her desk.
Right. So
this is just more lies.
You ask the question, have some very important people had some conversations?
Yeah. Thank you for that super chat.
With other very important people that
Charlene,
they did not know were going to take place, and now they've had to change course. Oh boy! Thank you for that super chat.
Oh my goodness!
It's so frustrating.
So frustrating.
I mean, it's truly been a roller coaster from the first days, and then this whole Elon Musk moves into Mar-a-Lago and is inseparable from the president, as well as his one of his latest children that he loves to carry around on his shoulders all the time. And now they've had a divorce, and everything that, well, not everything, a lot of things that we thought were going to happen a certain way, forget about it, out the window. It's over.
Yeah.
Over.
Yeah. Let's say a few more things, and I'm going to tell you, it's not typically, we've never apologized for doing this, but we typically don't pray on Monday night show all the time. It's mainly just a rapid fire news thing, but we're not afraid to pray. We're going to pray tonight for our country because I feel like that we are being lied to on so many levels. We've always been lied to, but it is so brazen now.
It is so brazen. That's it.
It is so, it's like they have flipped a switch and they realize the final flood is coming. They realize that demonic forces that are behind the scenes that have been hiding for so long are coming out. And I think they're probably giving orders to some people saying, we're running out of time. So therefore we've got to escalate.
Well, that's what I was going to say. It's so late in the game now. Who cares if you ask questions, if you want to, organize and, protest, whatever. If you want to make some noise, so what?
Yeah.
We're in charge of this thing. What are you going to do? I'm not saying that is true, but it seems like that's how they feel about this whole situation. We'll do whatever we want to do. We'll take whatever we want to take.
This is crazy about these ads.
Yeah.
Remember the last time this happened when we had the ads going like crazy one night and everybody started seeing the ads?
Yes.
And I still don't even know what happened. I do not know what has happened. Okay. All right. So.
Anywho.
I mean, I don't know. I just feel like I feel troubled in my spirit. I feel troubled in my spirit.
We all should.
I feel like the horrible tragedy of those babies and all those people, because it wasn't just the kids. There's several people killed outside of the camp. It wasn't just the camp.
Let me throw this in here.
Just don't make
sense.
What
is this when you are deposited 12 and 20 miles downstream?
Yeah.
What?
Right.
What?
Right.
20 miles?
Yeah. 20 miles. 20 miles. Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
Listen, I don't remember even hearing about that in last year's Hurricane Helene.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah.
Wow. Well, I think we ought to do a supernatural AI update.
Why not?
I mean, we might as well try. I start to say we need some lightheartedness, but it's not lighthearted. It's even more troubling.
Yes, it is.
Elon Musk, there he is. He believes that AI will keep advancing. Most of us might not have jobs in the future in what he calls a harmless scenario. He says AI could handle all work so well that people won't need to work at all. Instead, there would be what he calls universal basic income, meaning money paid out to people because of the huge productivity from AI. But Musk points out at a deeper problem. If machines can do everything better than us, then what will give our lives meaning? It's not just about losing jobs, it's about losing the purpose and value we get from contributing, creating.
Oh, it's awesome that you're thinking about that now.
Yeah, right.
Wow.
So there he is. He predicts that almost all jobs will be gone. In a harmless scenario, he believes that we'll still be okay. Universal basic income. So, yeah, Elon Musk. Now, there is something else about Elon Musk that somebody I think in the chat mentioned, and that was that he come out, and we're supporters of President Trump, but we're not worshipers of him.
No.
But he come out, and when he got mad, what did he say about that list? He literally went on X.
He said his name was on it.
He said the big man was on the list, and there's people in the people in the chat are going, maybe that's the reason why the list ain't coming out. I don't know. Like I said, we're supporters of the president, but look, nothing would shock me.
Let's kick it on over to another legal case. Sean P. Diddy Combs.
Yeah, what in the world?
Oh, everybody's so
that happened this week. We forgot all about that.
Bring the hammer down on him. Guys, wake up. They were never going to do that. They're strung you all along because guess what? They can't let him be talking about or find out about who all he was servicing and what he was providing to these people. Are you kidding me? No.
We'll never know the truth. And is amazing. And look, y'all, I know it sounds like it's a book commercial tonight, but there's a whole section in my book about the twisting, the perversion of what we're talking about when it comes to Diddy, and then what we're talking about when it comes to Epstein.
Right.
Because what happened with Diddy was horrible, but what was supposedly going on Epstein Island was even more horrible because I say more horrible because it involved multiple children. So that was a part of the original Genesis chapter 6 twisting,
and
it's coming back.
You think that Sean P. Diddy Combs wasn't running in the trafficking of actual children?
Yeah, be careful.
These
be careful. Yes,
two men were providing services for evil appetites, guys. Come on.
That's true. And this is the return, is what we're talking about. This is the final flesh. This is what is happening. Jesus said in Matthew 24, as in the days of Noah, so shall it be in the days of the coming of the Son of Man. And when you go back and study it, it wasn't just about rain. It wasn't just about people having bad morals. It wasn't just about people being bad. It was twisted, perverted, sick.
Yes.
I mean, absolutely disgusting and sick, weird stuff going on.
Because of the hatred of God and the hatred
image
of his creation, we have to pervert and destroy every bit of it. So I've never really felt that Epstein was 100% taken out. I've always had the question in my head, well, he's on the island somewhere, still working for whoever. And as far as Sean P. Diddy Combs, he's probably in more actual danger now than he was, because he's either going to have to be really snuffed out, or he's going to become an even more valuable asset than he was before. He's not just going to stay in this limbo of, okay, well, you're a marked man, but you're free. You're going to be free. And no, it's going to escalate one way or the other, in my opinion, towards him, because, we're marketing, they were marketing, or still are marketing, in very dark, dark things.
Yeah. Yeah. Very dark things. Very, very dark things. And I think that's one of the reasons my spirit is so troubled.
Yeah.
You know, I don't even want to show the last thing. I just want to talk to our people. I just want to talk to our people. I just want to say, man, this world is dark, but it is about to get so much darker. We can't even comprehend how dark this world is about to get. And it's not like we didn't know it was coming. We were told that it was coming. But I think that most people that say they are Christian, say they believe in God, they're in no way spiritually prepared for what's coming. You think this is disgusting. You think this is heartbreaking. This is not a doom and gloom channel. We are a hope channel. But we cover the real world that's coming. And I'm telling you, it's going to become so difficult at times for me and you to be on here, because some of the things that we're going to have to cover, we're going to be crying like babies. But we're going to, as long as we can cover it, we're going to cover it, because you're not going to hear about this kind of stuff on mainstream media. I'm telling you, you're not going to hear about it. And you're not going to hear causes and effects, and you're not going to hear biblical advice, but we're going to give it to you here. That's why it's called The Big Picture. It's not called The Big Picture just because, hey, I want to show you news. It's the big picture because everything that's going on out there is happening because of the real world, which is the spirit realm. The spirit realm is spilling over into our world. And I'm going to tell you, well, I hate to say it. It's going to be tough to say, but I'm going to say it. You follow the patterns all the way back from Baal worship to the Tower of Babel. You follow it through all the pantheon. You follow it through all the Greek gods. You follow it through all the false gods. You follow it all the way up to modern day abortion, and you will find the number one thing that the enemy wants to do is take out the children.
Yeah.
And it's always been about the children. And you think that their tactics are going to change? No, it's going to be harder and harder to talk. You have to talk in code like never before, probably coming up very soon, to try to cover what is going to happen. And I'm not saying that is why this happened in Texas, but I am saying that it is very strange to me that one of the most unbelievable floods, unexplainable rapid floods that we've ever seen, the heart of that story is children.
Look.
And it just kills me. It just kills me.
And if this can be done, if there truly is that kind of manipulation, God forbid, that kind of control, and it's just done so quickly and so, I don't know if it haphazardly you would say, but if we're getting these kinds of events closer together, and if the frequency is becoming greater and the intensity of loss of life is becoming greater, I mean, you have got people who are moving and acting with great intention against us, against you.
Yeah.
So my mind obviously goes to what next?
Yeah.
And you're talking about the depravity and the desperation. Look, I'm seeing videos and news articles about 2,000 people getting laid off, 10,000 people getting laid off, people losing their jobs. What are all these people going to do if they don't have a job? If they're not already at a point of absolute desperation, if something good doesn't happen for them, they are going to be. It's not a pretty good, a nice scene.
No.
When people become desperate just to eat, to provide food for their families or basic necessities. And I don't, we're just on the front side of that.
We're on the front side of it. If we've ever needed the Big Picture family, if we've ever needed this gathering, we need it now.
Yes.
And that's why we say thank you for your prayers, because we are under constant attack. I'm not trying to say we're under more attack than you, but when you are a mouthpiece and when you are speaking to things like this through the digital airways, there's another level of attack that comes. Yes. So we thank you for your prayers. We thank you for your financial support, to all the partners that partner with us at LarryRagland.com. I see. Thank you for all the amazing moderators in there putting our website in the live chat. Yeah. I don't know what happened with the ads tonight. I'm going to investigate it tonight. Hopefully this will be the only time. I got a feeling it has something to do with what we're talking about tonight. That's just the way the enemy works.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
say that's a very good possibility.
it's a very good possibility.
But we will try to get into it and figure out
If you are interested in partnering with us, go to LarryRagland.com. Just go up at the top there where you see partner with us. Many of you have done that, and you've sent us a one-time gift in the mail. You can do a one-time gift online, or you can set up a partnership to help us with our television ministry, which is really beginning to touch people all over the world.
Greatly
And we thank
appreciate
God
it.
for that. And then also, I think if I click right there, I can't see it. Yep, there it is. If you'd like to help our church, of course, you know we're in the middle of a rebuilding process. Our church caught fire on June 7th, not before Pentecost. If you'd like to contribute to the things that we're having to get in the meantime, while it's being, right now, it's still being gutted, and a lot of things are going on there, but it's a long-term thing. And we have other expenses. If you'd like to help us, we would certainly appreciate that. And last but certainly not least, I want to let you know this is the Destiny Images. Some of the books that you see the logo down at the bottom left hand side. This is Destiny Image. This is my publisher, and I'm so thankful that God has given me the opportunity to publish with them. And we promoted the book. We published the book today. I sent it to them today. So I don't have any idea of when it's going to come back. And I don't know what just happened to Sandy. She just got up and walked off. I don't know what's happening. Oh, I know. I think I know what's happening. Come here. Somebody wants to get on the big picture. Oh my goodness. There she is. This is our bunny rabbit, our little Harper. So Harper, have you had fun on your vacation?
Yeah.
Okay, let me take this off so people can hear you good. So just look at this screen. It'd be fine to look at yourself on this little screen right here. So tell us about some of the fun things you did today. Thank you for that super chat, by the way.
I got to get in the ocean and I got to swim around in the deep end. And also, I got to swim in the pool.
So you went in the deep end? You wasn't even scared? You was like a big girl?
Yes.
That is amazing.
Did you go out last night with flashlight?
Yes.
What'd you do last night?
We found big crabs and we found 2 ginormous ones.
Whoa.
I remember.
And then somebody shared with us and they showed us one of their big crabs.
Nice.
Wow. Now, what did me and you do on the beach today?
We went surfing.
Well, we did go surfing. We went surfing on boogie boards. But I'm talking about in the sand. What did we do in the sand?
We built a sandcastle.
Yes, we did. And it was amazing, wasn't it? It was a big one.
So you having a good time with your family?
Yes.
Awesome.
So she told us today when she knew she was going to do a show that she wanted to come on. You know what she said? She said, I bet, Papa, I bet they're missing me. I bet they're missing me. I said, I bet you they have.
Of course they are.
Oh, yeah.
You want to go see if Sister wants to come out for a second?
You want to go see if Ladybug? All right, go ask your mama. Go ask your mama.
You need help with the door? Got it?
All right. I don't know if her mama's going to let her on or not.
And if she does, she might not have clothes on.
Yeah, it's true. That's true. She's country. They're country running around.
It's just that kind of vacation.
So as we're waiting to see if we get the Ladybug, how has vacation been for you?
So
here she comes. Here she comes. Hold my microphone.
Absolutely refreshing and wonderful.
Come here.
Look here. Look at yourself. You see yourself right here? You see that baby?
Y'all, we're in trouble.
Yeah, let me hold this one.
Let me see the microphone.
Got it?
Yeah.
There we go.
All right, look at you. See yourself, Ladybug?
This is Lainey. I don't know if we've shared this, but she was actually named after my mother. Her name was Elaine, and her nickname was Lainey, and we lost her in December of 2022.
Yep.
And that's
oh my goodness.
about the time we found out. Well, we found out a little bit before she passed that we were getting a new baby, and she just turned 2 years old on June the 27th.
Oh, you a birthday girl?
Right? Yeah, we see
What
ocean.
is that? What is that?
Tell all of our friends hello. Say hi. Hi, friends.
Can you say hello?
Hi.
Can you
Hi,
say hello?
friends.
What you say? Yeah, you see Harper?
What have you been eating?
Where's Harper? Where's Harper? Where's Harper?
Do you want to sing? You want to sing the? Tracy's in there. You want to sing Shark Song?
Let's sing it. Baby.
Do,
Come on, sing it.
Bobo Shark. What about Nana Shark? Nana.
Don't look at that one. Look at this one.
What about Nana?
Say Nana Shark. Go. All right, so let's sing Jesus Loves Me, okay? Jesus loves me. I know.
No, the Bible tells me so.
I can't sing.
Yeah.
Moon. Oh, you see the moon?
She sees the moon, God.
Why are you not singing Jesus Loves Me?
We saw a dolphin yesterday.
We did.
Yes,
sure
we did. Yes, we did.
Did you see that dolphin, Lainey?
Did you see it, Lainey?
Did you see a dolphin?
Tell everybody what you like. The ones that go roar. What do you like?
She likes dinos.
Dinosaurs.
Dinosaurs.
When she her favorites are red car, blue red car, green red car.
What about Littlefoot?
Littlefoot, Sarah.
Okay.
Okay, all right, so let's pray. We're going to pray. Y'all help us pray. Father, we just thank you, Lord, right now that God, everybody out there watching, we're praying. God, put your hands together and pray. Father, we pray for everybody watching right now that, God, you would touch them and give them hope and let them know, God, that everything is going to be okay. We give you praise in Jesus' name. Amen.
Amen.
Amen. We are praying for you guys.
Are you happy? Say
Now,
happy.
I want to make an announcement. Okay, as you can see, how could I not want to be with my beautiful family?
Yeah.
So I give us some grace. I know you guys will love what I'm asking you to do for me, but we will not be having a Bible study Wednesday night. We'll not be doing a Thursday night show because I will be enjoying time with my family, and we'll be back ready to go on Monday morning next week. So thank you for spending time with us. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
Now remember what we say at the end.
You
Say
know
it.
what we say.
We at work, but we are suddenly awake.
And there's the golden chicken.
Chicken says bye too.
You squeeze him. Oh, bye, y'all.
He's having a good time at the bed.
Would you like to help us build the Big Picture family? We're on a mission to wake up the world to what is really going on. All you have to do is go to our website at LarryRagland.com and make a one-time gift, or you can become a monthly partner. Any amount is a blessing and an encouragement to us. While you're there, make sure you get a copy of our book, I See Greatness in You. Browse our merchandise store, connect with us on our social media links, and join our mailing list. We appreciate it. And remember, we ain't woke, but we are certainly awake.